眠れないとろい寝ないあなたの見てる消防隊誰も読めないカルタ不可思議知りたいだけ
What's up my Blazing Knights? It's the Blazeix and welcome back to Blazeix Reacts. Today, we're gonna be reacting to How Strong is NICKTOONS ESPADA. We reacted to the Disney Phantom Troupe and we reacted to NICKTOONS Homunculus. Those two groups are going at it. Which team wins and how does this team rank up? Let's go check it out. Without further ado, let's get into the reaction. Wanna go check out No Operator's channel? The link will be down below. Wanna go check out the original video itself? Above. I could go check it out. Let's jump right in. Without further ado, Blazeix Reacts. Back Blazing Action.
So artist Darren Z created what might be some of the hardest anime villain cosplays for our favorite childhood cartoons that could have ever been asked for. And it made me ask the question, how overpowered would a Cartoon Network Akatsuki or Nickelodeon Espada be? Which of those organizations would be stronger? In this video, we're going to briefly, and I mean briefly, because we could talk about some of these characters and their different abilities and powers for literally hours on end, summarize how strong these Western cartoon anime criminal organizations would be, what each of these different characters' roles would probably be in their organization, and at the end of the day, we'll decide objectively which one is better. And I think if we're being objective here, one of the first questions that we need to ask is how the heck did Zoro from One Piece end up on both sides of the conflict? This man's
Which is so crazy.
Is so bad.
But it's so crazy because One Piece
into
is on Cartoon Network from
timelines
Adult Swim
that
to
now
9.
have to fight each other in fully bloodlusted combat, which, to be fair, makes it pretty easy just to skip past him since he'll just cancel himself out in a group battle. Let's discuss the Nickelodeon Espada first, and let me try my best at piecing together who would be ranks number 10 through 1. Now, it's pretty obvious looking at this picture that Tommy
I didn't realize Tommy was there.
would be Espada number 9, the weakest one. I don't think I should even have to explain why that is and why an infant that isn't even potty trained is the weakest Espada in a group of criminals. Not exactly sure how he even met the recruitment qualifications, if there are any. At best,
look what's at the head of the table.
Like the lab and maybe invent or stuff like that. Listen, whatever job you give him, I'm sure Tommy will do it well. A baby's got to do what a baby's got to do, right? But I would hope they do not put this child out on the battlefield anytime soon.
He goes out first!
While editing, I actually found this video of Tommy Pickles parting the Red Sea. So, you will. Espada 8 through 7, sharing 2 numbers between them, is gonna be the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Apparently, Nickelodeon bought the rights and made their own series, which I didn't even know about. But it's obvious that these Ninja Turtles still
you didn't watch it? Was
fucking
goated.
ass, right? All 4 of them are combat masters, fluent in all forms of violence like ninja weaponry, martial arts. You've got the leader, Leonardo. Maybe he's just Espada 7 himself and the other 3 can share number 8. He's a swordsman, real chill guy. Raphael's the hard ass. He uses 2 daggers. Sometimes he betrays the turtles in certain iterations of the story, but we forgive him for that every single time. Donatello,
because he's
the smart one, can just hack into anything he wants back in a time when the average person had literally no idea what hacking was and just pictured doing it as like the fucking Matrix screensaver or something. And last but not least, you've got Michelangelo, the funny guy with the nunchucks who talks about pizza all the time. I'm pretty sure they can like low-key regenerate over time. It just takes a while, and in some versions of the show, they even get elemental powers after being tricked into becoming guardian spirits from some dragon. Much better choice of Espadas, at least better than Tommy Pickles of all people. But I'm not the one who called the shots here, so let's just move on. Skipping right up to Espada number 6, we would probably put Avatar Aang. I would probably say he's a little bit more powerful than 4 Ninja Turtles. Some of the crazy things that he's able to do by the end of the series. The Avatar is
powerful,
one,
but like Madoka, he's
all
too
the
nice.
elements of water, air, fire, and earth. And also, if you believe in the off-shooting bending styles, Aang also bends lava and metal. So not only is the Avatar able to call upon the different elements to defeat his enemies, he can also access the legendary Avatar state. And we've literally watched Aang basically demolish whole entire armies and entire war forces, almost plunging the entire North Pole water tribe in his wrath. And when he fought Fire Lord Ozai, the dude who, must I remind you, was literally just single-handedly burning down entire forests during Sozin's Comet, the Avatar managed to defeat the Fire Lord not just by killing him. Oh no, no. He took the hard way on this one. He chose the pacifist route and stole the Fire Lord's bending with chi manipulation, which reveals Aang's biggest flaw if he was ever in a criminal organization, which is that he refuses to take lives no matter how much they're against him or even if they're trying to kill him, which would definitely backfire, as it backfired on him multiple times in not just his own series, but his sequel series as well. Surprisingly, and don't crucify me for this, I think Zoro would only come in at Espada number 5 or something. Let me tell you why before you start jumping me in the comments. Zoro is strong. One Piece has high scaling, I won't deny that. But all these other characters are so fucking ridiculous. Let's just move right past it and get into the person that I gave Espada number 4, XJ9, otherwise known as Jenny fucking Wakeman. Let me ask you,
she ranks higher than Zoro?
Is Zoro immune to heat-seeking lasers? Able to fight in space without any oxygen required? What about being able to survive full-on decapitation with the ability to just put yourself back together afterwards? I am sorry, but even if Zoro started to fight people for higher spots in the Espada, I really don't think he would get that far. Unless this man like pops out Jenny's battery or something, electrocuting Jenny or throwing her into water, grabbing her head and like taking it and running away far enough that her body can't reattach it. Otherwise, Zoro is cooked.
I mean, the sun's always there.
Literally, this girl's got a heat ray. She can turn her body into like a spider-armed swordsman at the flick of her wrist or launch catastrophic, probably nuclear level missiles. I have never once heard Jenny Wakeman complain about ammo, so I have to assume she has an unlimited resource of lasers, bullets, and whatever else she happens to have inside the pocket dimension that is her robot body. She can hack into any electronic because she is the fucking internet. She would also just be able to like Google search herself out of any situation or find any person's weakness by looking it up. This is like Jenny Wakeman would be if Google Gemini turned evil and got put inside of a death robot. So like give it 5-10 years or something, you know? So as a robot that is like fighting other planet-busting robots or aliens that are trying to conquer the universe, it's safe to say XJ9 is probably scaling a little bit higher than Zoro. Jenny Wakeman has casually
she doesn't lock in
full-size alien spaceships and literally just lassoed it and tossed it into the sun from the Earth like it was nothing.
It all fell. Tossed it to the sun.
Trying to assess a major threat like Kurosaki Ichigo, they're not sending out Zoro, okay? Zoro can end up getting hurt. Not saying he would, but what does bro know about that stretchy arm and extendo fingers? And believe it or not, someone that would also be placing higher than Zoro and landing in the Espada number 3 spot would be Jimmy Neutron. Type characters, like one of those video game bosses when you fight them, they're behind a glass screen and they just throw mobs at you endlessly until they die. But it's not his physical strength that puts him in Espada number 3. Oh no, it is his massive array of inventions and the ability to adapt to things on the fly. I mean, most of his inventions are made with common ordinary household objects or just things that he's able to find in the moment. Jimmy's capacity is not restricted to being in a lab. Even if he's on the field, he can figure shit out pretty quickly. One brain blast away from destroying the entire world. But we have to not even just consider some of the craziest situations Jimmy has put the entire world in, but also his ability to act as a support type ally for the rest of the Espada. For example,
I didn't even notice that Jimmy has a drill. Drill that pierces the heavens.
Turns enemies into friends, a shrink ray that can change the size of not only himself, but others, whether it be for other people entering other people's bodies and attacking them from the inside, or just making someone so small they're literally not a threat anymore. Jimmy, like Jenny, has a hypercube with infinite amount of space to just store whatever he wants. Helpful in an anime fight, that's for sure. I have watched Jimmy literally heal all of the Weezers of their illnesses, their debilitations, and their physical issues with the Neutronic health boost tablets, or like the maximum headband to significantly accelerate someone's already crazy and insane physical potential. Jimmy literally invented a pain transfer helmet that lets you send pain not to someone that's like connected to some kind of other helmet, but literally to whoever you feel and please at the moment. If I haven't made the point, let's focus on what's important here.
I forgot about that!
Can not only make his allies stronger, but help them accomplish
their goals stealthily,
even heal them for cases of
throwback.
certain death if he needs to. And in the most extreme cases, this man has literally threatened the entire planet itself multiple times with his own inventions. The child created a nano saucer that just literally deletes people and converts them into data. Just don't trigger Jimmy's teenage angst, because then he will immediately start getting tilted, and that's a major disadvantage for the Espada. Now, Espada number 2, who is supposed to be the true king of Huecamundo, Danny Phantom. He might be the only one on the list that has fought a ghost that's actually able to split the entire universe in two, separating the ghost and human realms with their sword.
Oh, this is Danny upscale?
A ghost named Fright Night ripped the actual physical realm itself into separate universes that entirely all have their own alternate timelines and multiverses, which, if I need to spell it out for you, makes Danny Phantom fucking universal, baby. By the end of the series, Danny is manipulating ice and potentially the weather of the planet itself. Master,
that was a one-time thing. He couldn't do that ever again.
Whale ability, firing different exoplasmic beams and blasts that literally just fucking vaporize people. And let's not forget, this man's a ghost. He can turn invisible and intangible, possess other people, you name it. But also, just like Jimmy, Danny has access to a bunch of crazy convenient gadgets for ghost hunting and just battle in general, thanks to his parents' Fenton technology. And their greatest invention, the ectoskeleton, is a 100 times multiplier buff to Danny's already.
That was such a cool suit.
And keep in mind, we've still got
that suit had to be nerfed because it was just too busted.
Probably going to be the two most controversial picks of the entire video, but I need to have you guys hear me out. Let's just rip that band-aid off right now. Espada number 1, replacing Coyote Stark, Timmy Turner from Fairly Odd Parents. First of all, Timmy is one of the first characters in the video to benefit from something called Toon Force to its fullest effects. What is Toon Force, you ask? Oh, my sweet, sweet summer child. Allow me to explain this to you now, because you're probably going to be hearing it a lot going forward. Toon Force is defined as the ability of a character manipulating reality or bypassing the physical laws of nature in order to achieve impossible feats for comedic effects. Things like a character getting obliterated into pure dust by an explosion and just returning to normal completely afterwards, being completely flattened by a rock and popping back up. But Toon Force can also refer to characters just breaking or acknowledging the fourth wall in general, and in extreme circumstances, and we'll be talking about some extreme circumstances, these characters will even alter the story entirely to suit them or others. Think Deadpool, but like on copious amounts of steroids. Now, Timmy Turner isn't the hugest practitioner of Toon Force. That being said, the kid survived having his entire head crushed, has dimensional sized pockets able to hide things in there with no restriction in size. Done. The little weird thing where they run in place in the air until they realize they're falling and then drop. But most impressively, melted snow from pure anger and also spontaneously combusted from said anger. All of this just really makes Timmy essentially impossible to kill in an actual anime fight, but that's not what makes him rank above someone like Danny or Zoro. Do not underestimate this 10-year-old child. We have literally seen Timmy perform insane acrobatics and also strategize in like kind of real-time battle fights, like by taking advantage of his opponent's weak points or just tricking them into falling prey into his already set up traps. Combining all of that with the endless possibilities that Timmy's fairies Cosmo and Wanda offer him, it's
endless is a very loose term.
The kind of wishes that Timmy Turner can make all just
because they are more
the child wants to
constricted
play
by the rules that say they can't harm people.
Which is funny to say. Timmy's been known to make wishes of swords, bows, and arrows, even things like heat vision. His fairyversary gifts alone are like an insanely OP arsenal of weapons. You've got the mirror that reflects all incoming attacks, Cupid's bow and arrow for making people fall in love and de-aggroing them, dumbass glasses that no one can tell who you are in. Timmy has at one point wished all life away on Earth, meaning any enemy he truly just wants to delete from life can just go poof, as long as it's like an inadvertent wish, like I send you billions of years away or into the future or into the past, or casually just wiped stars from the galaxy, even opening black holes with their fairy magic, that which, by the way, is, from what I have to imagine, endless as long as they're able to maintain their connection to the fairy world, which is a separate dimension and realm entirely. So just the average anime character is not going to be able to accomplish trans-dimensional travel until like the highest tiers. I mean, Cosmo and Wanda basically
Man
just
said the highest
casually
year to
create
put
pocket
Goku.
dimensions in their own fishbowl, and that's just full-on spatial manipulation. There was that one special where they were fast-forwarding and rewinding and pausing time, so put that on the list. I'm pretty sure there was an episode where they accidentally changed the timelines by interfering with like fictional books, and they also went into the internet and TV and started messing with the real world that way.
There it goes again!
To bend reality to their whim. Put Timmy in a fight against an Akatsuki member. What stops Timmy from going, yeah, I wish this guy's power didn't work, or I wish my friend was fully healed and back to life, you know, or like I wish I was 5,000 times stronger than this guy and this guy was 5,000 times weaker than me. I need you to understand, Jimmy Neutron made it to the top 3 because all of the possibilities his inventions granted to him, and not just him but his allies. Imagine the kinds of buffs and debuffs that can come when all you gotta do is wish for it. Again, you don't have to make it. Not that waiting for Jimmy to make his invention.
The issue is they're also contracted to the rules,
I'm pretty sure all
because the rules don't allow them to hurt people,
anyway,
injure, maim,
but
you
Jimmy
name
doesn't
it.
even need to verbally wish for things. He can shoot his fairies a look and they can catch what he's picking up and immediately just wish for it. Or because they just have minds of their own, they want to help Timmy to the best of their ability. So like they can just wish for things on their own or create things on their own if Timmy's not either one, fast enough to think of it himself or smart enough to think of it himself. Espada Timmy Turner was what that one rapper designer was talking about when he wrote that song that was popular like 10 years ago. And I think at this point, it's time to just get through Espada number 0. Let's just get through it.
They went through 0?
Everything I just said about Timmy Turner.
Again, I'm only catching up to
He
Bleach.
can definitely
I'm only on episode
match
4,
them.
by the way.
This
So.
block of sponge is just frankly immortal from all things I can tell. He's been blown to pieces, had all of his skin ripped off. He's been shown to literally continue talking, just being a pair of eyes or down to his brain. This man has literally just manipulated the space-kind continuum to create a whole entire new existence and body. And while you can argue that SpongeBob just has obscene toon force, I would actually beg to differ, because there is genuine actual lore as to why SpongeBob cannot die. The Flying Dutchman, the Spongeverse's concept of death, who collects all lost souls on their way into the afterlife, refuses to ever reap SpongeBob's spirit due to having to spend eternity as a worker on the Dutchman's ship, being a fate worse than hell for the fucking
I just imagine this is just like, oh yeah, Death doesn't want him anymore.
That literally Death itself said, nope, you can stay alive forever. I will continually revive you, SpongeBob, and make sure you never actually have to come to the afterlife. This is how SpongeBob is able to do things like work for all of eternity and not die. Literally, no matter the reason, whether it's from age, from being stabbed, Flying Dutchman will just bring him back. And when you actually remember that when SpongeBob is trying, he's one of the strongest characters in all of existence. I mean, this man flipped a Krabby Patty into literally the bounds of reality itself, just ripping through the fabric of space. We've seen him use his natural affinity to be a sponge, to literally just absorb like anything I've seen at this point. He's also been able to split into millions of equally powerful duplicates that all share a hive mind, or even get so tiny that he can enter other people's bodies or minds and affect their dreams or organs from within. Also, if you've ever seen any person try to actually do damage or harm to SpongeBob, the man has been shown to have some kind of supernatural luck stat, or just some kind of madness manipulation, because genuinely speaking, every character I've ever seen try to kill SpongeBob has failed, and not only have they failed multiple times through just obscene reasons, they have been driven insane trying to accomplish it. I mean, just look what SpongeBob did to fucking Squidward. Also, don't forget, SpongeBob is a master at karate, so don't even try to pull some shit in the comments like he wouldn't be able to fight. He's not a fighter. If you still don't see why SpongeBob has already
He's a lover and a fighter,
the
okay?
universe busters of the Espada so far, that's just because you didn't realize SpongeBob's a universe buster yourself. Did you miss the episode where SpongeBob and Patrick hugged each other so hard their fucking cells fused together, merging all anatomical life in Bikini Bottom and bending the laws of nature just for the fucking fun of it? Oh, you didn't watch the episode where SpongeBob accidentally unraveled the entire universe itself by pulling on a fucking string. I think SpongeBob works really perfectly as the Espada Zero, because when he's not serious, he's a blithering idiot who can't really cause too much harm physically. But when he gets serious, he could literally just unravel the universe. And that is all 10 Nickelodeon
Nah, I can see it.
Espada. Actually, pretty strong. Surprisingly, stronger than the original Espada, albeit slightly tilted in more of the last four's favor. Personally, I think there are better alternatives to throw in here, like El Tigre, honorable mention. I mean, Nickelodeon literally owns the rights to Rayman and the Rabbids, so why didn't you think of that? What about the dude from Chalk Zone? I'm like pretty damn sure that piece of goddamn chalk would be universal if you tried. You're telling me that Otis from the Barnyard wasn't even in talks at the round table when it came time for recruitment? Look, no hate, Darren. Love your work. But next time you're filling out the anime villain roster, give me a call, because I've got some unreasonably strong opinions about this. But wait, do not go anywhere, because we still have a whole nother cartoon anime villain organization to go with the Cartoon Network Akatsuki, so we can really find out who's the strongest piece of late 90s, early 2000s childhood nostalgia bait. And I don't know about you, but Nickelodeon team seems pretty stacked here. It's gonna take a lot for Cartoon Network to come out of this one.
I wouldn't count Cartoon Network out of this conversation. You know I wouldn't. But I will get to that, and I do want to say that the Nicktoons kind of have some stacked players in this category with Danny Phantom, Timmy Turner, SpongeBob in this talks. You have basically the entire the players of Nicktoons Unite, at least the first game with Jimmy, Timmy, SpongeBob, and Danny. You got a powerful team right there. Though I honestly have to say, El Tigre wasn't in the talks about this. What about Tech? What about him? Oh, you could have added the Naked Brother band when they had superpowers. That would have been cool. Just wanted to put that out there. Not saying the team was bad, honestly. I think I'm more concerned with how Zoro keeps swapping teams in this case, because One Piece was on Adult Swim, Toonami, which was on Cartoon Network, so technically he should stick with the Cartoon Network team. But I digress. Because now you have the Disney Phantom Troupe, you have the Nick Jr Homunculus, and now you have the Nicktoons Espada. That's 3 teams going back to back! Who do you like in these groups? Because me personally, I gotta stick with my boy Danny. Don't get me wrong, Aang will always be my GOAT. Ride or die. But when it comes down to it, Danny is definitely a universal threat. And if you know from my 5 years later, not saying it's canon regardless, but if you know, you know. I'm just gonna put that out there! But I like these videos. I can't wait to react to the next parts. Be on the lookout tomorrow. Anyways, I do hope you all enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like, add to your favorites, want to see more sports time videos from this channel, subscribe. I make videos weekly or daily depending on my schedule. Have any requests for reactions whatsoever, leave a link to that video down below. Make sure it's something I'd be interested in, like Mario, Sonic, Ben 10, TMNT, or Pokemon, and I would definitely react to it. Our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers, so help me reach that goal, and you will get a special video from yours truly. With that being said, I hope you all enjoy. Stay tuned for more videos, and remember, many hearts never apart. Let my Blazing Knights, Blazeix, blazing out! Until next time, take care.